Hello SLAPAFISH community, and welcome back to another World Tanks console video. So in this video, I'm going to be playing the Super Pershing, which is a Tier 8 American preferential medium tank. What does a preferential tank do? Well, a preferential tank is a tank that has different matchmaking than all the others. Most others. Most tanks have +2, -2 matchmaking. Preferential matchmaking tank, especially the Super Pershing, has +1, -2, which means the highest tier that you'll see while you're driving a preferential tank, well, the Super Pershing, since it's a Tier 8, is Tier 9. But you get to match up with 7s and 6s also, so cool. But when you're in a platoon and you have a preferential tank, but somebody else does not pick a preferential tank, preferential matchmaking does not work when somebody else picks a non-preferential matchmaking tank. But if your platoon is filled with nothing but preferential matchmaking tanks, then the matchmaking works for preferential tanks. So keep that in mind when you're platooning with preferential tanks. So, let's talk about this tank. It's a Pershing that has armor. This is a real tank where, World War II, they commanding officers of a Pershing wanted more armor, so they took armor off a disabled Panther tank, which is actually kind of cool to learn about. And they made a Super Pershing. So, cool. So, Pershing. The regular Pershing is such a great tank. I love my Pershing. I 3-marked my Pershing. Hadn't done the same thing to the Super Pershing, but the Super Pershing's quite good. So, Pershing compared to the Super Pershing has preferential matchmaking. It also has extra arm, but is also slow. And I believe that's a Freedom that I'm fighting. No, that's a Beach Party. So, let's talk about the Super Pershing. It gets a quite good 90mm gun, has a penetration of 192 on its standard, 258 on its premium. Aim time is 2.3 seconds. Accuracy is 0.38, which is quite bad for a 90mm gun, especially a Tier 8. Shell velocity is 975 on its standard and 1,219 on its premium shell velocity. Also, your damage is 240 with a rate of fire of 7.32. That gives you a DPM of 1,757. And there, I just killed the STA-2 Black, which is another preferential tank. Now, most preferential tanks have a reason they're preferential. The STA-2 is one of those tanks. I don't know what it is, why it's preferential. Also, let's talk about the Super Pershing. The Super Pershing, the armor is weird. So, the armor, the whole armor is 3 layers of armor. It's pretty hard to tell it's 3, but if you're looking from the side of the armor viewer, you can actually see that the Super Pershing gets 2 38mm plates. It's pretty hard to see, but you can definitely see 2 38mm plates. Plus, you have your 101mm plate below those two. So you have 3 plates, which gives it quite good armor. With your 10 degrees of gun depression that you have on this tank, turret is really good. The Pershing turret was already good. Then they just added armor on it. But don't get me wrong, the Super Pershing does have weak points. It has weak points in the spaces of the turret armor, where you can shoot the cheeks of the turret armor where the space armor is not covering, or you can shoot the exposed machine gun for it that does not have space armor over it. So, yeah, Super Pershing, quite a good tank. It has, actually I didn't talk about the mobility, which I'm about to use the mobility of this tank. It goes 40.2 forward and a reverse speed of 18, which is really nice reverse speed. But where it falls short is its power to weight ratio of 11.6. Now, since this, also, that was a really nice shot. Also, since this is a Pershing and that goes to the 48 patent line, it does get pretty decent view range, which I'm using the mobility that the Super Pershing does not have, and using the vision. And then it gets 390 meters of vision. But I'm out here spotting since there's not a lot of tanks left, but I'm doing a pretty decently good job. The enemy team also had a Super Pershing, which is quite fantastic to see. I don't know where that shell went, but loaded high explosive, so I can just finish off the Super Pershing. Goodbye, Super Pershing. And now the Super Pershing that does have a really cool camo is the Freedom, which I own the Freedom, which I've never played. So yeah, this is the Super Pershing. It's slow, but has a really good gun. The armor works if people don't know where to shoot it, and don't ever climb up hills because, yeah, it's slow, because that power to weight ratio definitely does let you down. Now, given the fact, I'm also using the power drain, so that increases my top speed and power to weight ratio, so keep that in mind. Anyway, I basically got best of everything in the game except spots, or was it, yeah, detection. But anyway, that's it for this video. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Also, SLAPAFISH because war's not, and peace out. See ya.